So welcome. My name's Megan and I am subbing for Keith. And we're going to explore breath and movement and a mantra this morning. And the mantra is Aham Brahmismi. And it's 2 words. And the second word, which contains the seed of Brahman. And Brahman is one of the words used to describe God or pure consciousness. And Brahman is the God associated with being the originator or the creator of consciousness, the creator of all things. He is the spark that ignited this whole thing, this whole experience. Aham, which can be broken down in a couple different ways, can be broken down into 2 syllables, ah and hum, or it can be broken down into 3, ah, ha, and okay? And when we think about the word ah, we say that kind of when something is exciting, or takes us by surprise. Or we have a new insight. Ah, I get that. I see that now, And then hum is that sound is the sound of pleasure or delight or understanding. So, and then if we see the ah and the ha can be laughter or the experience of delight, as I said before. So together, aham means I am. Okay? Soham and hamsa are other mantras that mean basically the same thing, I am. So when we take aham and brahmisma together, it means basically that I am the universe. You are the universe. All things are the universe or come from this original seat of pure consciousness. When we come onto our yoga mat or a meditation cushion, the idea is that we gather up the parts of ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions, and our physical body, and we bring them here, and we work towards seeing what lies beneath that, or underneath that, you could say, to understand that this seat of pure consciousness is always there. And with the realization that when we remember this and we live from this place, we will come into a fuller, purer, if you'd like, expression of who we are. There's different schools of thought. Some would say that we need to deny the thoughts and the emotions and the sensations in our body because they aren't real. They aren't they're just kind of, they're false reality. They're not a true representation of who we are at our essence. The more tantric view, the one I practice from and what I'd like to suggest as another way, is the idea that our thoughts and our emotions and our physical body are sparks or representations of this pure consciousness. And by moving towards them and leaning into them and exploring them and being curious about our thoughts, our emotions, and the sensations in our physical body, they actually become portals back to a recognition and an ability to sit in our pure consciousness. So instead of seeing them as roadblocks, something that we need to get around, we see thoughts and emotions and sensations as something that as we go deeper into them, we actually are moving back towards an aha experience of, oh, that's who I am. Okay. So with that, let's blink our eyes closed and find ourselves seated here, and find ourselves being a physical body that has energy moving throughout it, that has flow happening, even though we're quote unquote sitting still right now. And come into a recognition that thoughts are going to continue. Emotions will come and go. And sensations will arise in the physical body and then drift away. And all of those are present right here. And they're true aspects of us, but not the whole truth. So instead, we turn towards those thoughts and those emotions and those sensations, and we step closer and closer to them. We see them as a doorway or a passage back to a deeper understanding of ourselves. So focus on your breath now. Feel the inhale as the arrival of insight and inspiration and curiosity. And experience the exhale as like a leaning in, a surrendering to, and eventually a letting go. Allow each inhale and exhale to be full and complete and perfect as a whole expression of its part. Linking the inhales and the exhales together, creating one beautiful cycle that repeats itself over and over again. And then explore the nature of your inhale. Do you make it complete? Do you let it go all the way to the top of a crescendo? Or do you stop somewhere before? Just notice that. And then notice your exhale. Do you let all the breath leave the body and experience a complete ending? Or do you stop somewhere before? Just notice that. Perhaps the reluctance to experience the whole inhale represents a reluctance to show up and express yourself fully in other ways in your life. If you're not giving yourself the complete exhale, maybe it represents an unwillingness to let something else in your life come to a full completion. And then practice here, making the inhales and the exhales complete. And with practice, that will translate into the other areas of your life. gather your hands together in front of your heart space. Tip your head down towards your fingertips so you're gazing at your fingertips. And see your hand pressing into your heart space as a portal. A way back into this seat of consciousness we call our heart space. And then look forward. Release your hands down and tent both arms off to the side. As you inhale, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, tip over to the side, creating more space on the left side of the body. And then inhale back up. Place your left hand down and inhale. Your right arm up and tip over to the other side. Use the inhale to pull back up to center and the exhale to lean over to the left side, right side, sorry. Inhale back to center and find the opening on the left side. Then come back up to the middle and go once more each side, lengthening along the left, inhaling and exhaling and lengthening along the right. Beautiful. Come back up. Make your way into tabletop position. And then in tabletop, start to make like figure eights with the body. Just swishing the hips, swirling the shoulders, just anything that feels like you're making an infinity shape with your body. There's no really right or wrong. It's just shifting weight, exploring what movement feels like, switching directions and feeling what it feels like going the other way. And then come back to tabletop. From here, curl your toes under, make your way towards downward facing dog. And then right away, walk your feet forward towards your hands and come into your first Uttanasana, forward fold. And if you want to play the playlist I Am on Megan Grace on Spotify, you can start that now. But be here in your first forward fold, allowing the breath to be full and complete, both the inhales and the exhales. Feel it pressing down through the feet and a surrendering through the upper body. Noticing how those two experiences of being inspired and letting go can happen simultaneously in the body. And then slowly press your feet down into the floor so you can roll your way up to a standing position. Once your shoulders are over your hips, use your next inhale to sweep your arms up over your head. Bring your hands to your heart and exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide, take them high up over your head. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips and forward fold down to your mat. Come up halfway and breathe in. Fold, press all the breath out of the body and release. Ground down through the feet once more. Come all the way up into Urdhva Hastasana, high mountain pose. Exhale your hands to your heart and then release your arms to your side. Go again, breathing in, sweeping your arms up over your head. Exhale, hinge and forward fold down to your mat. Lift up halfway, breathe in all the way. Then bend your knees, plant your palms, and step back to downward facing dog. So here now, be in your first downward facing dog of this practice. Moving around is a way to create a deeper connection to your mat and to your body and to your breath. And then eventually, when it feels right, find some stillness. But continue to express the pose by pressing away from the ground through your hands. Drawing your chest back towards your thighs. Let your gaze go back between your legs. And anchor your heels down towards the floor. Deep breath in here. Stay for the breath out. Take another breath in and exhale it out. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Come out into plank now. Use the inhale to bring the shoulders forward over the wrists. And then exhale right back into downward facing dog. We're going to repeat that cycle 2 more times. Inhale, come out long to plank. Exhale, hips go high and back to downward facing dog. Again, inhale, real intentional, out into your plank, heels back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now come forward to plank, breathing in. Lower your knees to the mat and lower your whole body to the floor. Flip your feet as you inhale, rise to Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Once more, rising on your inhale, softening and lowering on your exhale. Curl your toes, lift up through tabletop on your way to downward facing dog. Breathe in here and breathe out. Pull forward to plank, inhale. This time as you go to exhale, let your right leg go towards the sky. So it's 3-legged, down dog. Lower your right leg to the mat and exhale. Inhale, come out long to plank. Now the left leg lifts as you exhale to 3-legged down dog. Lower your left foot, be back in downward facing dog. Inhale, come out long to plank. Lower all the way to the belly. Curl up into Bhujangasana, using the back to lift you. And lower down as you exhale. Make your way to downward facing dog. Stay here and take 1 complete breath cycle. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Once more, breathe in and breathe out. Come forward to plank. Inhale. The right leg will go high to the sky now as you exhale to 3-legged down dog. This time you step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Ground your back heel. Come up and open into Warrior 2. Deepen here. Take a breath in and deepen some more. 1 more breath in. Exhale it out. Tip back into peaceful as you breathe in and come back to Warrior 2 as you breathe out. Now both hands are going to go back by your left toes as you come into a skandasana. So you bend through your left knee. Your right toes turn up towards the front top of the room. Okay? And then you wave your right arm up to the ceiling. Take your gaze up there with it. Here's where it gets a little tricky. Bring your right hand down where your left one was. Turn all your toes to the opposite side of your mat. So you come up, you spin around, you face the left side of your mat, and you sweep your left arm up. Now bring your left hand down. Travel along the right side of your mat. Step back to plank when you get there. Lower with knees up or down to your mat. Use your inhale to find your back bend, Bhujangasana, and then make your way to downward facing dog as you exhale. Deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale forward into plank. Left leg is going to lift as you exhale to three-legged down dog. Step your left foot forward. Ground your right heel. Come up and open into warrior two. Stay for a few breaths here, sealing down through the back foot, deepening through the left knee. Tip it into peaceful on your inhale and return to warrior two on your exhale. Now your right knee bends, you sit down over your right heel and you spin your left toes up. Inhale your left arm up to the sky. Bring your left hand down, place it near the right one. Spin all your toes to the right side of your mat and sweep your right arm up to the sky. Good. Bring your right hand down, travel along the left side of your mat. When your hands get to the top of your mat, step back right into a plank this time. Take a breath in, lower halfway or all the way. Come into your first upward facing dog or Bhujangasana and make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale it out. Take a breath in, walk, step or jump to the top of your mat as you exhale and fold in. Come all the way up, finding high mountain at the top of your inhale. Bring your hands to your heart and exhale. Deep breath in, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge, and forward fold. Step right back into downward facing dog here. Inhaling and exhaling. Come out to plank as you inhale a breath. Take your right leg towards the sky as you exhale to three-legged down dog. Step your right foot forward, ground your back heel, come up into Virabhadrasana 2. Tip it back to peaceful warrior. Turn it into triangle from here, so straighten your right leg. Reach your right fingers forward, and then left arm goes up as the right hand finds the floor. Nice. Flow the breath in and out through the body. One more breath here. Now bend the right knee, come back up to warrior two. Take your hands by your left foot, coming into skandasana. So the left knee bends, the right leg stays straight. Twirl the toes on the right foot up towards the sky as you wing your right arm up. Bring your right hand down, Place it where the left one was. Spin all your toes around to face the left side of your mat and sweep your left arm up. As your left arm comes down, you start to travel around the right side of the mat. When you get to the top, you step right back to plank. You lower chaturanga or all the way down. Find your back bend and your downward facing dog. One breath in, one breath out. Come out to plank, inhale. Left leg goes to the sky as you exhale. Inhale, step forward. Ground through the right heel, come up to warrior two. Tip it back to peaceful and transition to triangle. So left leg straightens, reaching, expressing in all directions. Find one more complete breath here. And on your next inhale, come back to warrior two and finish it with an exhale. Now sit down over your right heel for Skandasana. Twirl your left toes and your left arm up towards the sky. Bring your left hand down, place it where your right one was. Spin your toes to the right side of your mat. Sweep your right arm up. Bring your right arm down, travel along the left side of your mat, all the way to the top. Step back to plank, lower. Inhale into a back bend, turn it into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. As you inhale, look forward. On your exhale, step, jump, or walk to the top of your mat. Lift and then fold. Rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your hands to your heart. Deep breath in right here. Exhale it out. Inhale, arms go up. Sit down in Utkatasana this time. Shifting the hips back, the heart forward and up. Keep the knees from pressing against each other. Inhale. Take another breath. Peel down into a forward fold as you exhale. Find a halfway lift. Then you can chaturanga by placing your hands and shooting your feet back, or you step right back to plank. Take a breath in here. Go to downward facing dog after you move through your vinyasa. Inhale out to plank, please. Exhale your right leg to the sky. Inhale your right foot forward between your thumbs. Ground the back heel. Virabhadrasana 2. Tip back to peaceful and transition it into side angle now. So right arm comes down either to the right thigh or down to the floor, close to the right shin bone. Left arm comes up along the side body right next to your left ear. Keep pressing down through your left foot, reaching up and forward through the crown of your head. Breathing through the whole experience here. One more breath. Inhale up to warrior two. Deepen on your exhale. Tip back to peaceful. Come back to warrior two. Sit down over your left heel, Skandasana. Wave your right arm up to the sky. Go around, placing the right hand down, turning your toes all the way and expressing your left arm to the sky. This time we add on, bring the left hand down, travel along the right side of your mat. When your hands get to the top, turn your right toes forward, lift up into warrior one. So anchor down through the back foot, deepen into the right leg. Inhale here. Exhale out. Take another breath in. Cactus your arms as you exhale. And inhale your arms back up to the sky. And then bring your hands down by your right foot. Step right back into plank pose. Lower the way you're going to lower. Find your back bend. And move to downward facing dog. One full breath in here. And exhale it out. Shoulders come forward over the wrists. Inhale. Left leg goes up to the sky. Exhale. Inhale, step forward. Left foot grounds, right heel grounds. Then you come up into warrior two. Tip back to peaceful. Switch it into side angle. Notice the breath and even it out. One more full breath. On your next inhale, come up to warrior two. Tip back to peaceful. Return to warrior two. Sit down over your right heel for Skandasana. Turn your left toes and your left arm up towards the sky. Bring it down. Turn around to the right side of your mat, all 10 toes, and then eventually your right arm. Bring your right arm down, travel the left side of your mat. When you get to the top of your mat, it becomes warrior one. So left toes forward, back toes at an angle, rising, squaring your hips and your shoulders towards the front of the mat. Deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Deep breath in. Cactus your arms as you exhale. Inhale, express them back up towards the sky. Exhale them down by your left foot. Step back to plank. Lower, or go right to downward facing dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath in and exhale it out. Look forward. On your exhale, step, jump, or walk. Top of your mat. Lift halfway and fold all the way. Come right up into Utkatasana from here. Feel that shape getting long on the side body. Dragging shoulders down, heart up and forward. Stand up, express a little standing back bend, and then bring your hands to your heart and your arms by your side. Inhale, sweep up. Sit back down in Utkatasana as you exhale. Stay for one inhale here and then peel down into a forward fold. Plant your palms, step back, or do Chaturanga Dandasana. You can stay in plank, or you can take your way through your vinyasa, and then we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Now come out long to plank, please. This time the right leg goes up to the sky as you exhale into three-legged down dog. Then you step your right foot between your hands, ground the back, come up to Vira 2 again. Tip it into peaceful and go all the way to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So your right hand will tent. You lift up the left leg and eventually the left arm follows. Fire out the left toes. Fire out the left and the right fingertips. Breath is flowing in all directions here. One more breath. Now land in Warrior 2. Bend through the right knee. Place the left foot at the back of the mat and find the shape. Tip back to peaceful. Come back to Warrior 2. Skandasana over the left heel. So hands come down. As the right toes peel up, so does the right arm. As the right hand comes down, you start to rotate around all 10 toes to the left side and the left arm sweeps up. You follow the breath right back around, traveling the right side of the mat. When you get to the top, it's Warrior 1. Inhale up. Deepen as you exhale. Take a breath in. Cactus your arms as you breathe out. Inhale, take your arms around behind your back. Exhale, drag your thumb knuckles down towards the floor. Lift through the heart. And then fold, humble warrior. Coming down, right shoulder inside the right thigh. Arms going up towards the sky. Gaze back at your left toe. Frame your right foot with your hands. Step right back into plank. You can lower down through chaturanga, do your up dog, and then find downward facing dog, or you go right there. That's where we'll meet. Breathe in and breathe out. Left side, now come forward into plank first. Send your left leg soaring as you exhale. Step forward on your inhale. Ground and come up and open to Virabhadrasana 2. Tip it into peaceful and make your way to Ardha Chandrasana as you exhale. Tenting the left hand forward and outside your left little toe. Your left foot and left hand become your anchor. Your right foot and your right arm continue to express both sides of the body, doing the work of anchoring and expressing. Okay, bend through the left knee, land the right foot at the back of your mat. Virabhadrasana 2. Tip it back into peaceful and return to Warrior 2. Skandasana over the right leg. Wave the left arm up. Bring the left hand down. Turn your toes to the right side. Sweep your right arm up. Bring your right arm down. Travel the left side of your mat till you get to the top of your mat. Then you turn it in on an inhale to Warrior 1. And you deepen into it as you exhale. Inhale, cactus your arms, and exhale. Inhale, gather your hands behind you. As you exhale, drag your knuckles down towards the floor. Lift through the heart. And now surrender. Fold. Bring your left shoulder down. inside your left thigh for humble warrior. Release your hands by your left foot and step back into plank. Stay and go to down dog when you're ready, or take your vinyasa. When you get back to downward facing dog, take 3 beautiful cleansing breaths, reminding yourself to make them even and full and worthy of this moment. And then look forward and just walk your feet up towards your wrists, please, coming into Uttanasana at the top of your mat. Heel toe your feet a little wider than hip distance apart and slide your hands underneath your feet for Pada Hastasana. So see if you can bring your toes all the way up to your wrist creases. Lift and hollow out through the belly some. And then exhale and fold. Not locking out the knees, but feeling a nice dynamic expression between the upper and the lower body happening here. Now, bring your hands out from underneath your feet. Bring your left hand up onto your right hand up onto your hip. Take your left hand over to the outside edge of your right foot and just wrap it over the top and tuck it around the outside edge. As you stand up, bring your right leg up with you. So now you're standing with your left hand holding the outside edge of your right foot. Reach your right arm up. Maybe you stay here, practice balance and length. Maybe you extend your right leg forward and your right arm reaches back. Breath keeps flowing. Now keep your right leg lifted, extend your arms up alongside your head. Bend your right knee. Take a breath in, step all the way to the back of your mat with your right foot. When it lands, keep the heel lifted. Bring your shoulders up and over your hips here. Deepen into your left knee. Take a breath in. Cactus your arms and breathe out. Breathe in and reach your arms up. Bring your hands down through your heart center as you exhale. Take a breath in. Prayer twist, right elbow outside the left thigh. And then express. Keep breathing, even though the belly is meeting some restriction here. You can wing your arms open for the last breath or two. And then bring your hands down by your left foot. Listen, walk them around the right side of your mat, right into Skandasana. So bend the right knee. You know the drill by now. Left toes up, left arm up. Bring your hand down, turn your toes to the right side, and sweep the right arm up. Bring the right arm down, walk along the left side of your mat. When your hands get to the top, step your right foot up to meet the left one and fold in. Heel toe your feet apart. Fold opposite hand to opposite elbow. Allow yourself some breaths in ragdoll here. So now your left hand comes onto your hip. Your right hand, you might have to heel toe your feet closer together. Your right hand comes over the top of your left foot to wrap around the outside edge. As you stand up, you bring your left knee with you. Ooh, excuse me. Reach your left arm towards the sky. Extend your left leg forward. Maybe it stays bent some. Standing up straight is more important than a long left leg. Maybe the left arm finds the back edge of your mat. Now bring your left arm up towards the sky. Keep your left leg lifted. Both arms extend. The left knee bends. And it's a big, long, slow step back. When you land, the left heel stays lifted. Shoulders come over the hips. Inhale here. Cactus your arms. And exhale. Inhale your arms up. Bring them to your heart as you exhale. Inhale, prayer twist, left elbow outside the right thigh this time. Wing your arms open if you did that on the other side. And then return your hands together, bring them down by your left foot, walk them around the left side, right into Skandasana, bending through the left knee. Right toes, right arm, up. They come down, you spin around, experience the left side of your mat and the waving of your left arm. And then come back around, travel around to the top, and this time step back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, lower your knees out wide to the floor. Exhale, sit back in a child's pose. Allow yourself to be here in child's pose, breathing, evening out the breath. Thoughts and emotions and sensations continue to swirl and do what they do. You see each one as an invitation to step through and into a deeper knowing of yourself. All right, from your child's pose, lift up, Curl your toes and make your way back to downward facing dog. In down dog, inhale yourself out long to plank. As you exhale, send your right leg to the sky. Inhale, bring your right foot forward between your thumbs, ground your back heel, rise and come up to Virabhadrasana 2. Tip it right back into peaceful and return to Warrior 2. Skandasana over the left knee. So we're going to do a little different here. Come down, bring your left arm inside your left thigh now. And when you wave your right arm up and right toes up, plan to stay here for a few breaths. Maybe use your left arm as a lever on the inside of your left thigh to create a little bit more space there. Bring your right hand down. Come up to the middle now. So bring your weight into the center of your mat. Turn your toes slightly in and forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Your hands can be right under your shoulders. If you want, you could take them out to your ankles. Now place your fingers right under your shoulders. Press up so you're in like a halfway lift, long back. Walk your hands around to the front of your mat towards your right foot. Spin your right foot forward. Step your back foot up some. Be on separate tracks here and fold over your right leg for pyramid pose. In pyramid, you can stay there or bring your left hand closer to your right foot. Maybe your right hand comes onto your low back. And maybe you start to peel your belly towards the right side of your mat for revolved triangle. Maybe your right arm goes up to the sky. Keep shifting the weight back into the left foot just as much as it is in the right one. And then bring your right arm down and just step right back into downward facing dog, please. Maybe you experience your heels going a little closer to the floor, navel to spine, heart expressing itself back towards the thighs. Come out into your plank as you inhale. Send your left leg to the sky as you exhale. Step your left foot forward. Come up and open into Virabhadrasana 2. Right from here, come into Skandasana, bending into the right leg. Bringing your right arm now inside your right leg. Tenting it there, turning your left toes up, turning your left arm up. Staying for some breaths, really working with that space right up where your leg meets your torso. Breathing into that space. And then wave your left arm down. Bring your hips into the center of your mat. And this time, after you turn your toes in, maybe you gather your hands behind your back and then express your knuckles up towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades working their way towards one another. Release your hands to the floor right under your shoulders. Then walk them towards your left foot and the top of your mat. Spin your left toes. Step your right foot up, maybe even as much as a third of the way. Anchor down through the bottom of both feet. Press away from the mat first. Orient your body over the left thigh and fold. Staying here in pyramid or finding your revolved triangle. One more breath here. And then bring your left hand down. Step back into downward facing dog. If you're yearning for a vinyasa, move through that. Otherwise, here, step your toes together so your big toes are almost touching. Inhale your right leg straight up towards the sky and step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Bring your hands up onto the top of your right thigh. Okay. And then sweep your right arm up alongside your head and place it down behind your back here. Okay. And now inhale right here. Bring your left arm forward, come deeper into the lunge as you bring your hips forward. And then lift up through the whole front midline of the body into a little back bend. Turn your back foot down so you have more balance here. Now bring your left hand down right inside your right foot. Bend your left knee. Sweep your right arm around and reach for the pinky toe side of your left foot. And then shift the weight forward through the hips. You can peel your right knee out as you spin the front of the body towards the right side of your mat, gazing back towards your right shoulder. You might need to heel toe your right foot towards the edge of your mat a little bit, then find a little deeper expression. And then let go of your left foot, bring your right hand forward, make your way to downward facing dog right from here. Step your big toes together. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot forward and bring your right knee to the floor. Bring your hands to the top of your left thigh and then bring your left hand around behind your head. And then reach your right arm forward as you press your hips towards the top of your mat. Then think about growing long through the front side body, from your belly button up through the heart. Back foot is flat on the floor for more balance here. And bring your right hand down just inside your left toes. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left arm, find your little toe side, and then maybe move your left foot out, heel toe it to the left side a bit. And then the left knee can peel out to the side of your mat as you come around into a twist, looking back over your left shoulder. Good, one more breath. Release your foot. Make your way to downward facing dog. And then walk both feet forward. Cross one ankle in front of the other so you can sit down in Sukhasana. Well, actually, place your feet out in front of you. Reach your arms out in front and lower down onto your back. When you're all the way down, bring your heel bones up close to your sit bones. Pause for a breath. Feel the rise and the fall of your belly. Now press your feet into the ground. We're going to do 3 rounds of dynamic bridge pose. That means as you press your feet into the ground, your hips start to lighten, you lift, and your arms sweep up towards the sky and then over alongside your ears. And then as you exhale, you reverse all that and you come back down. So 2 more of those. Inhale, press into your feet, lighten the whole rest of the body and sweep the arms up alongside your head. Exhale, travel back down. Once more, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Now this time, keep your arms alongside your body. Lift up into bridge again, and then gather your hands together underneath you. Bring your shoulder blades close to one another. Keep pressing into your feet, but heel toe your feet right together so your big toes are touching again. Inhale your right leg to the sky or not. Exhale, set it down. Do the left leg. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, set it down. Move your arms out of the way, lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time, back to the mat. When you're all the way down, experience a full cleansing breath in and a complete releasing exhale out. 1 more breath like that. And then we'll do 1 more round. Press into your feet, come up, gather your hands together underneath you, heel toe your feet close together. Start with the left leg this time. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, set it down. Deep breath in. Move your arms out of the way and lower your back body to the floor. Take your arms out like a wings here, out to the sides of the room. Press your thighs in towards your belly. Inhale. Take both your knees over to the left side of your mat. You can stay like this or lengthen your right leg. So your right toes will go up somewhere near your left hand. Maybe you make a connection there. And then drag your right hip towards the top of your mat. On your inhale, let your right leg go straight up towards the sky, and then let your left leg join it. Bend your right knee, so you're in a little scrunch again, and then both knees over to the right. Lengthen your left leg. Maybe you find your left toes with your right hand. Express the left hip towards the front of your mat. Checking in with your breath, noticing the arrival and the departure of thoughts and emotions and sensations. And then take your left leg towards the sky. Let your right one come up there too. And this time, both legs get long, straight up, just arising right out of the pelvis here. Your left and your right arm are like your ballast here. They're helping you find a nice base so that your legs can float above you somewhere. You could stay just like this, or you can make your way into plow pose. To come into plow, bring your arms more alongside your body and roll up, bringing your feet behind your head here. Hands can prop at your low back. You can stay in plow, or right leg can go up and then left leg into shoulder stand. Allow the breath to flow. Allow the nectar that's in your heart to seep down into your mind, softening, allowing kindness and compassion to pervade your whole body. From wherever you are, start to make your way down onto your back, please. Stretch your legs out long. Take your arms up over your head. Take a deep breath in. Stay right like this and exhale it out. Now bring your arms alongside your body. And you're invited to either stay lying on your back for Shavasana, or to make your way up to a seat for some meditation. You choose which one. Wherever you are, allow your eyes to drift closed. For a moment here, continue to be aware of your breath, riding the inhales and the exhales. And I'm going to share with you from the Radiant Sutras, Sutra number 108. The next time the thought arises, I want this, or I think that, grab hold of this I, perceive it by itself. Wonder, who is this I? I am animal. I am human. I am a loving heart. I am a questing mind. I am a particle of infinity. I am a witness to creation. I am consciousness itself. In meditation, embrace all these dimensions. Reach into the source, the luminous world of dancing energies in ever-changing relatedness. So as you spend whatever time you have left to devote to your practice this morning, honor that you are this dancing, radiant energy that is relating to everything and everyone, and is part of everything and everyone. But you are also pure consciousness. You are also that peace, that center point of stillness, that originating source of it all. You are both. You are everything. You are the universe, and the universe is contained in you. So I will leave you now to your practice, to where you want to take it to its completion in Shavasana or meditation. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you for being on this path. Namaste.